In today's forecast, we're watching here a winter system that could drive its way across portions of the central northern plains, stretching through the Midwest here, potentially bringing some snow for a lot of people. Heavy rain looks likely across the southeast as several inches in some areas could be expected. Overall, torrential rains is on the forecast. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back here to another video here for today. My name is Andrew Heischman. I'm the lead forecaster here at NWW116. I hope everyone is having an amazing day here so far. We got ourselves a bit of information on the table for y'all regarding this upcoming snowstorm, as we were talking about here. We are seeing the beginning portions of it already getting ready to start kicking off here, as we can actually see across the Northwest. We have a lot of upper level snowfall towards portions here of Montana into Idaho. This will all track its way down here to the southeast, with a low-pressure system developing kind of towards the central plains here, driving some snow, potentially across the Dakotas, possibly towards Nebraska, Iowa, and further east. Now, speaking of snow over across those regions, we are seeing a little bit of snow shower activity moving through portions of Illinois into Indiana. Same thing for portions of Wisconsin, getting ready to move into portions of Michigan. By the time this video is out, it's probably already impacting portions of Michigan. Across portions here of the Northeast, kind of same thing. You know, we have some dying snow showers across portions here of Pennsylvania and New York. These are starting to fade out. And across portions here of the south, it is relatively clear so far. Same thing for the southern plains and the southwest, pretty much clear in regarding to the current radar view. Alrighty, guys, so now we're moving on here into the future, taking a look here at what we can expect here down in time with the conditions, taking a look here at the NAM 3-kilometer model in regarding to our future radar view. So, as we mentioned before, with the current radar, we have a bit of snow for portions here of Wisconsin, moving towards portions of Michigan. That will track its way east, as we are about to see. Same thing as all of this precipitation across the upper Northwest, with all of that mountain snowfall that is currently occurring. Now, watch what happens when we track our way down in time. You guys can follow along just right there. So, we move our way down here into the evening hours. We start to see the snow move its way towards portions here of western South Dakota. Same thing for southwestern North Dakota. Then we start to move into portions of northern Nebraska, kind of around a little bit before midnight, just a few hours before midnight here. But this will track its way through the overnight hours here, kind of until around sunrise. We're going to start to see that snow move into portions here of Iowa, southern portions of Minnesota, eventually towards Wisconsin, as we track away to the evening hours here for tomorrow. And we'll start to see the snow move through portions of Michigan even, and basically impacting portions of southern Canada. Now, areas in the northeast here for the 29th, kind of around the evening of the 29th, could see a bit of snow towards like northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and possibly northern Maine here. So that's something we're going to have to watch out for. All right, so I know what y'all are thinking. You're probably like, well, Andrew, how much snow are we going to expect for portions here in the country? I got you. So first off, we're taking a look here across portions of southern, basically South Dakota here, moving into northern Nebraska. Honestly, there's a decent amount of totals actually being possible here. Right here in kind of this pink shaded color, we're talking a potential here of maybe up and over 6 inches of snowfall. Pretty decent here. Once again, for southern, basically southeastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska here, something we're going to have to watch out for. So now once we move into kind of this, dark blue shaded color, that's kind of around 3 to 5 inches and 1 to 3 across the lighter mid colors of blue here. Now, as we track away through portions of Iowa, still a decent amount of snowfall for basically the north central portion here, basically just, north of the central portion here of Iowa is expected to be dealing with a decent amount of snowfall. Now, once we move into portions here of southern Wisconsin, here for portions of northern Illinois, we're talking about 3 to 5 inches with potentially locally higher amounts, so look out for that there. We move our way into portions of Michigan. Now, I'll tell you what, this is for the next 48 hours. Obviously, this does not account for the ending of the snowfall towards eastern Michigan, but overall, we're kind of expecting around 3 to 5 inches with locally higher amounts, especially on the western side here of the state. So that's something to watch out for. You can kind of see how the snow does kind of, skim portions of northwestern Ohio and portions of northern, Indiana here. So honestly, some areas here we could see about an inch, maybe up to 1 to 3 at max. Alrighty, and like I mentioned before, you guys, we are expecting a decent amount of rainfall out of this system across portions here of the south. First up, we're taking a look here at the GFS. Now, we're going to have to compare some models here because, like I said, no model is perfect. So we're going to be taking a look here starting with the GFS. We track our way through time here, obviously projecting all this rainfall. Areas in the south, as mentioned before, towards like southern Louisiana, southern portions of Mississippi, southern Alabama, southwestern Georgia. Look at this, potentially over 3 inches in some areas here, near 4 and localized. Could be possible. So overall, that's a decent amount of rainfall. And like I said, that's torrential amounts here that we're talking about. So maybe some flooding could be a concern of this. But as mentioned before, like I said, we can't just look at one in particular model. So now we're looking here at the European model. So we track our way through time here, obviously through basically, all the precipitation that moves through. We are still talking, a decent amount. Some streaks here could get over, 2 inches of snow. This one's not as crazy regarding the overall, the maximum, the maximum amount of rainfall out of this. It does show a lot towards eastern portions of, Texas here. But overall, averaging out here a little over an inch, that's still a decent amount of rainfall for a lot of the areas of the southeast. But let's move over here to the basically the blend of models to basically get a blended opinion, a mixed opinion here, and let's see what this one has to say. This is probably the one you should probably trust the most. Moving our way down here in time with this in particular model, guys. So this is basically the overall view, and I tell you what here, the model is not going light here. Once again, for areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, on the southern section, some areas here could break over 2.5 inches here. So overall, a decent amount of rainfall is looking quite likely for a portion of the southeast, so you should prepare accordingly. And now the last thing I want to go ahead and take a look here with you guys is the overall Climate Prediction Center outlook here regarding the temperatures here for next week. I tell you what, my friends, here in the blue, we are talking below average temperatures, so we're talking a bit of a cool down for a lot of the country. Just a little sliver here in the southeast is kind of where we are expecting those conditions to maybe be a little bit warmer than normal, but look at this, especially towards the Midwest here, we are in high probability of seeing those temperatures actually quite cold for the most part. But anyways, my friends, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the video here for today. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. It'd be greatly appreciated. We're doing one more live stream here tonight here in Florida, because as you know, I'm heading out here tomorrow to go back to Kentucky. Long road trip ahead for me, so that's definitely going to be quite fun. So Saturday, we're not going to be able to do a live stream, or tomorrow night, because I'm going to be in Georgia staying the night here for the halfway point. And then obviously Sunday I'm going to continue my travels and we'll finish it there. But maybe Sunday night, as I posted, we potentially could have ourselves another stream here by Sunday night, and I'll be in Kentucky. All right, my friends, once again, thank you all so much for joining. Y'all absolutely rock, and we'll catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends. Love y'all. Stay safe out there.